Welcome to our journey through the skies of World War II, where we explore the legendary aircraft that defined aerial combat and changed the course of history. In this theatre of war, a new breed of warrior emerged, the fighter pilot. These individuals, often very young, took to the skies in machines of extraordinary power and agility, locked in a deadly ballet that would determine the fate of nations. Join us now as we witness the birth of these aerial gladiators and the iconic aircraft that carried them into battle. Here we find one of the most iconic aircraft of the conflict, and indeed of all time, the Super-marine Spitfire. This, ladies and gentlemen, is not merely a machine, it is a symbol. The Spitfire, with its elliptical wings, a design as beautiful as it was effective, became synonymous with defiance, with courage, with the fight for freedom itself. The Spitfire was born from a desire for speed, a need to push the boundaries of what was possible in the air. Its heart, a powerful Rolls-Royce Merlin engine, gave it a distinctive and mighty roar, a sound that would strike fear into the hearts of its enemies and stir the souls of those it protected. It was during the long, hot summer of 1940 that the Spitfire truly took its place on the world stage. The Battle of Britain, a clash of eagles, raged in the skies above southern England. The fate of Britain and perhaps the free world hung in the balance. Against seemingly insurmountable odds, the Spitfire, alongside the Hawker Hurricane, took on the might of the Luftwaffe, engaging in swirling dogfights that would become the stuff of legend. The Spitfire was more than just a fighter, it was an instrument of precision. Its pilots, often little more than boys, displayed extraordinary skill and bravery, becoming aces by day and heroes by night. Their stories, etched in the annals of history, continue to inspire generations. Names like Douglas Bader, Johnny Johnson and Bob Stanford Tuck resonate through time, their exploits forever linked to this remarkable machine. As the war raged on, a new contender emerged from across the Atlantic, a symbol of American industrial might and a testament to the enduring pursuit of technological dominance, the North American P-51 Mustang. This sleek, graceful machine with its long, flowing lines was a game-changer. The Mustang was conceived as a long-range escort fighter, a role it would come to define. It was the answer to a critical Allied problem: how to protect their bombers as they struck deep into the heart of occupied Europe. The Mustang, with its powerful engine and incredible range, allowed Allied bomber formations to reach their targets with a far greater chance of survival. No longer would they be easy prey for the Luftwaffe's fighters. The Mustang's arrival was a turning point in the air war over Europe. Its pilots, often young men from diverse backgrounds, found themselves thrust into the crucible of combat, their skills and courage tested to the limit. They faced seasoned Luftwaffe veterans in the skies over Germany, engaging in high-altitude dogfights that demanded every ounce of their skill and determination. Yet the Mustang gave them a fighting chance, its speed and maneuverability allowing them to take the fight to the enemy. The P-51 Mustang became a symbol of hope, a silver lining on the dark clouds of war. Its presence in the skies above Europe was a clear sign that the tide was turning. The roar of its engine, a symphony of power and precision, heralded the eventual Allied victory. On the other side of the conflict, a different breed of fighter ruled the skies, the Messerschmidt Bf 109. This was the backbone of the Luftwaffe, a symbol of German engineering and military might. The Bf 109, a product of Germany's long tradition of aviation excellence, was a formidable fighting machine. It was fast, heavily armed, and flown by some of the most experienced pilots in the world. From the frozen steppes of Russia to the scorching deserts of North Africa, the Bf 109 left its mark. It was a constant presence in the skies above Europe, engaging in fierce dogfights with Allied fighters, escorting bombers, and strafing ground targets. The Bf 109 was a versatile aircraft, constantly being upgraded and modified throughout the war. It evolved from a lightweight interceptor to a formidable ground attack aircraft, adapting to the changing demands of the battlefield. Despite being outclassed by later Allied fighters, the Bf 109 remained a dangerous opponent. Its pilots, often veterans of the Spanish Civil War and the early campaigns of World War II, were highly skilled and experienced. They knew their aircraft intimately and could push them to their limits. As the war expanded across the globe, a new theatre of aerial combat emerged, the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean. Here, a different kind of fighter would reign supreme, at least for a time, the Mitsubishi A6M Zero. In the early days of the Pacific War, the Zero was a true enigma, a ghost in the machine. It seemingly appeared out of nowhere, outmaneuvering and outgunning its Allied counterparts. The Zero was a revelation, a testament to Japanese ingenuity and the pursuit of aerial superiority. It was incredibly light and maneuverable, capable of feats of agility that left Allied pilots stunned. The Zero could turn on a sixpence, outclimb almost anything in the air, and its cannons packed a serious punch. It became the scourge of Allied air power, dominating the skies over Pearl Harbor, the Philippines, and Singapore. The Zero's reign of terror, however, was not to last. As the war progressed, Allied pilots began to develop tactics to counter the Zero's strengths, exploiting its weaknesses, a lack of armor, and a tendency to enter uncontrollable spins if pushed too hard. On the Eastern Front, a titanic struggle raged between the Soviet Union and Nazi Germany. It was a conflict defined by its brutality, its scale, and the sheer determination of the combatants. In this unforgiving arena, a new fighter would rise to challenge the Luftwaffe's dominance: the Yakovlev Yak-3. This Soviet fighter, born in the depths of the Russian winter, was a testament to the resilience and ingenuity of the human spirit. The Yak-3 was a true child of war, designed and built for one purpose: to destroy the enemy. It was fast, agile, and surprisingly rugged, capable of withstanding the harsh conditions of the Eastern Front. It was a simple, robust design, easy to produce and maintain, even in the most challenging circumstances. What it lacked in sophistication, it more than made up for in sheer tenacity. The Yak-3 was loved by its pilots, who appreciated its agility, its firepower, and its forgiving handling. In the hands of a skilled pilot, the Yak-3 could hold its own against anything the Luftwaffe could throw at it. Its arrival on the scene boosted the morale of Soviet pilots, who had long been outclassed by their German adversaries. These aircraft not only dominated the skies, but also left an indelible mark on history. Their legacy continues to inspire aviation enthusiasts and historians alike. They stand as testaments to the courage and sacrifice of the pilots who flew them, the engineers who designed them, and the workers who built them. Thank you for joining us on this flight through time.